I've been racking my brain for the past couple months trying to figure out the perfect topic for this speech. For the life of me, I couldn't make up my mind, so I went to the most logical source for advice. My 5-year-old nephew, Nathan. "What do you think I should write about? What do you think I should talk about, Nate?" I asked him. "That's easy, Uncle John," he said excitedly. "Talk about dinosaurs." He then proceeded to share everything he knows about every species of dinosaur he could think of, which, for a 5-year-old who loves to hear himself talk, lasted for the next 20 minutes. As much as I know you all would like hearing about the characteristics of the Maiasaurus and the Dilophosaurus, for the sake of time, I'll spare you. No, Nathan didn't give me the most logical topic to discuss, but the fact that the first thing that came to his mind was clearly the thing he loved the most and was the most passionate about made my decision a whole lot easier. I gotta talk about singing. At only 5 months old, I was adopted into a family of 6 other siblings, all from different biological families. Growing up, my mom insisted that each of us play an instrument while my dad urged us all to play baseball. I find that there's sort of an innate relationship that boys and their dads share around the sport, and because my dad worked so hard to provide for a large family, I really valued the time we would share playing catch or going to the batting cages together. I worked really hard to impress him and to make him proud of my abilities. However, judging by the fact that early in my baseball career, I had the less than impressive record for the worst batting average in the team's history, it was pretty clear that odds were more in my favor for becoming a musician rather than a major league center fielder. Baseball immediately became an afterthought. I took piano lessons throughout elementary school, and in 5th grade decided to switch to the trumpet. My mom really pushed me to excel, and pretty soon playing the trumpet became my life. I would wake up early every morning to practice, and my mom would make me stay late after my private lessons, locked in the band room, working on technique and fundamentals. My teacher, Dr. Campbell, expected a lot from me as well. There was no such thing as meeting expectations with him. If I didn't produce a first-rate performance, as he used to say, it wasn't good enough. He had spent years playing lead trombone in professional symphonies across the nation, and took me on as one of only 5 students he would teach after he retired. I felt like I had something to prove. I performed the virtuosic Haydn trumpet concerto at age 12. I sat first chair in both district and all-state bands and orchestras throughout middle and high school. I got paid gigs playing for holiday church services and weddings. Not gonna lie, I was pretty good. I couldn't help but ask myself, though, was I playing for me? Or was I playing to comply with the pressures that my parents placed on me and to successfully exceed Dr. Campbell's expectations? How would I ever know what truly made me happy if I was always looking to live up to other people's expectations and desires for me? Fast forward to the end of my 10th grade year. In the spring, I received a phone call from Dr. Campbell's wife. He'd been diagnosed with lung cancer as a result of years of smoking, and she wanted to inform me that the lesson I had with him earlier that week was the last he would ever give. Not long after, Dr. Campbell passed away. He had taught me everything I knew about the instrument, about performing, and most importantly, about what it meant to work hard. I tried to continue with new teachers, but nobody lived up to the standards he had set. Daily practice sessions turned into every other day. Every other day turned into only on weekends. And before I knew it, playing trumpet became a very rare occasion. I lost that need to please. When I got to college, it was the first time I felt like I had the opportunity to explore my passion, what made me happy, and steer away from what others thought would be best for me. I moved away from home and didn't know anyone who was attending the same school, a clean slate. During second semester of my freshman year, I remember seeing a post on campus that said, "Auditions for Godspell this Thursday in Union Music Building. Bring 32 bars of a prepared piece from a Broadway show." I'd seen a couple Broadway shows before, but didn't know the first thing about vocal technique or even what song to sing, for that matter. I took a risk anyway and decided to give it a shot. I showed up with sheet music to A Whole New World from Aladdin, which they fortunately let me sing, despite the fact that it was A, not from a Broadway show, and B, it was A Whole New World from Aladdin. I got cast as Jeffrey, a member of the ensemble who had a big gospel solo in the second act. I'll never forget the feeling of being on stage, becoming a character other than myself, which allowed me to distance myself from the idea of living up to someone else's expectations. Finally, I was doing something that I enjoyed, I was doing something I was passionate about, I was doing something for me. I went on to join an a cappella group, perform in each of the musicals for the rest of my college career, take voice lessons, and major in music theory and composition and vocal performance. And singing continues to be the one thing that I can always turn to find happiness. So what's the message I'm trying to send across? Be selfish. Sure, to be a great leader, it's absolutely necessary to immerse yourself in a community of people, teachers, coaches, parents, other family members, who all want to influence each other and, more importantly, support each other to discover our best selves. But at the same time, there's a certain amount of selfishness that you have to be comfortable expressing in your quest to discover who you are and where your passions lie. And speaking of which, I'm going to selfishly take up a few more minutes of your time in order to share my passion with you. Thank you. There are two men out, and it's in the night, and the score is 4-3. There's a man on first, and a man at bat, and the man at bat is me. And I'm so scared, and I'm sort of proud, and I'm stronger than ice. And I take a swing, and my dad is there, and it's what we call a dream. For the ball flies to the sun, and it sails off as I run. The crowd is roaring, cheering as I go. So are all the guys on the team. And I run for home, and we win the game, and it's what you call a dream. And the sun shines like diamonds. The summer sun shines like diamonds. The summer sun high in a peaceful sky shines like diamonds. And the sun shines like diamonds. There are two men out, and it's in the night, and the score is 4-3. There's that man on first, and a man at bat, and the man at bat is me. And it's what you call